Hello. Oh, good to see you. Hello, Greg. Seen some interesting theories on this one. It does a number of things to the world and the world's global market. There's a lot to unpack with Venezuela and the potential. Lots to unpack. Hello, Jay and Amy. Hello, Temple Swift. Hello, Florida Girl. Hello, Laney. Hello, Susie Q, Cheryl, Tammy, Tinkerbell, Mountain Gold, Jean, Anthony, Laura Lee. Hello, Mr. Jensen. Chico, I think everybody watches the Asian guy now. Presents a lot of interesting thoughts on this craziness. Let's see. God wins. I know Phil G may be questionable, but did you hear what he said about Iraq and the captured oil from Venezuela? Nope, didn't hear it. You guys sound off. Trey, I appreciate that. Good morning, B Hoot. Good to see you in the house. If you're over 40 and you're planning to retire someday, the window to protect what you built may be smaller than you realize. Here's a question most people never ask. Is your portfolio built for what's coming next? Many investors in their 40s and 50s discover they have little to no exposure to precious metals. That means their savings are largely tied to markets, policies, paper assets, paper silver, with very little protection if conditions change. As retirement moves from someday to on the horizon, protecting what you've already built becomes just as important as growing it. So, where Noble Gold Investments comes in, helping investors reduce risk by adding physical gold to their portfolios. Right now may be a smart time to talk with Noble Gold Investments. No pressure, no sales gimmicks, clear answers, strategy built around your goals. Just visit them at noblegoldinvestments.com or markzgold.com and build your portfolio for long term. Links in the description if it makes it easier. Well, it is on YouTube and Rumble. See, GOP Representative Doug LaMalfa dies at 65. Ooh, I didn't know that. Hello, Joseph, Tammy, TP. Hello, Renee. Cryptos in general, I think Bitcoin's about to see another breakout. Cold in Caribou, Maine. Not for me, too cold. Yeah, what is silver breaking out like right now? Where are we at? Wow, 80.58. I think when they found out that the mysterious buyer that I could not track was government, or at least it appears it was a $7.4 billion, you know that the panic is in. If the government is panicking and buying that much, you know we're there. Gold about to hit 40. Yeah, it is 44.94.20 right now. Be a good time to have, and we will have Andy on. I checked with him last night. He is joining us on Wednesday. We have a confirmation. Do I believe there's anything left to investigate with the voting machines? I think it is what's left is just to show the proof. Callie's 5th. Happy birthday. Hello, Grumpy and Sluggo. Whoa, slow it down. Let's see. How will people with foreign monies dinars be notified of Tier 4B redemption centers? Let's see. People that were gifted money by a friend. My suggestion, I have shared this from the very beginning. From the very beginning. Make certain you sign up at some of the news aggregating sites like Dinar Recaps. Let's see if I can pull that up for you and show you how that works. The news app, I've talked to 2 different banks. They told me they were going to send the information. Their plan is send the information to the news aggregating sites for Dinar sites. The one they only named one specific. Well, I shouldn't say that. They named another one, but it's not in existence anymore. DinarRecaps.com, they named specifically. They have a free email newsletter. You see it right down here. Join the Dinar Recaps free daily email. Put it in. You don't have to even give them a name. That is not required. You can make your own private email account, whatever, get the updates. Bank said that they would specifically send their instructions to them for them to send to their email newsletter list. That's my suggestion. You're not gonna miss it because you're gonna hear about all the financial change. Then you'll know to go look. That is exactly how I explain it to my family, my friends. Reading a few, I know we got to get to it. Same time, Deborah. We were always told the RV, the EBS, all of it comes at the same time within minutes. So it is immaterial as to which one is first. Does it matter to you if one's 5 minutes before the other? Hammock, good suggestion. Make sure you open at least one email a month so you aren't unsubscribed. They do unsubscribe if you do not open them and read them on occasion. DR register. Heard someone say the RV could and would not happen until 1 year. Is that economically possible? I think they'll have a tough time because Trump's told us we're going to have, excuse me, Judy Shelton told us we're going to have gold back U.S. Treasuries by July 4th of this year, which means we're going to have some gold back money. I don't see how it's possible for it to be a year away. We're hitting the same funding skids that we hit in 29, but in a bigger way. With 70 billion here, 50 billion there overnight, the repo market. Funding markets have come unglued. Trump has a limited, well, Trump, whoever has a limited amount of time to pull this trigger. Steelers fan, it's good to see you. Were your nerves as shattered as mine Sunday? Britt, it was fantastic. Really cool. I had no idea. A lot of rumors floating around. You guys inundated me telling me that we were getting med beds, what, April 2nd or something, April 4th? I have met Jack Lambert. Even have an autograph from Jack Lambert. Little of a story there. Lily pad, silver didn't just go up, it repriced. Man, I know it's only 11:08, but I really wanted to get into some of these things. Hey, look at some of the predictions coming out. And these are mainstream people. These aren't like crazy fringe people looking for a reset like us, the real nutbags. Gold will be primary hedge and performance driver in 2026. Silver could top out between 135 and 309, according to Bank of America's Widmer. All right, let's take a look at that one. Gold, he says, will remain a key portfolio hedge this year, with yellow metal projected to average $4,538 an ounce. I think that is under, but hey, we'll see. But history suggests silver prices could peak between 135 bucks an ounce to 309. What do you guys think? Gold continues to stand out as a hedge and alpha source, Widmer said in a Monday report. Bank of America sees tightening market conditions, strong earnings sensitivity position gold as a key hedge and potential return driver in 2026. BOFA's 2020 outlook is based on their projections of falling supplies and rising costs in the gold sector. Let's get down to silver, though. Widmer projects average all-in sustaining costs will rise 3%, meaning it'll cost them about $1,600 an ounce to get it out of the ground. Blah blah blah. I think here's where we need to focus. Widmer said silver may appeal more to investors willing to take higher risk for extra upside. Noted that the current gold-silver ratio of around 59 suggests silver could still outperform gold. He cited a historical ratio of 32 in 2011, applying silver price as high as 135, while in 1980 as low of 14 in the ratio suggests silver price of 309. That's a lot to unpack, guys. Then we're going to get to the news, and we're going to have a little visit with the ATB folks. Yeah, Chris, everything is possible. Absolutely. Everything is possible. I have been stunned at the number of times they have pulled something out of their butt and found a way to kick the can down the road. Yeah, Matt, did you see that the Steelers hired a priest to sanctify their end zone this past weekend? Broke out the holy water, got rid of the demons, and woohoo, won. That's how evil I find the Ravens. Any news? Unfortunately, no solid news on the VND rumors. It is 11:10, so let's get on to it. Bond, some confusion. My source was giving me his meeting time in my time. I thought he was giving me in his time, so it has not occurred yet. Won't occur until this evening. I thought he was giving me the time in his, so I am off on that timing. The other bond source is supposed to be emailing me an update today. Said the meeting went very well. They do not have their dollars yet, so it's going to send me the details. Well, what they're allowed to share. I should probably keep that up while we get it because we got some fun stuff in Iraq to unpack. Basel conditions, a message to Yemen, Dubai, and Washington. Two sides won in the last attempt to cut the arms of political money and whitewash international reputation. Boy, they suck at headlines. What they want us to know is that the reformation, the overhaul of Raffidan Bank and the state banks are very important, and they have done these tasks. Now they want to do more for the market. From the white paper to the one tributary. The white paper is their reforms that they are doing so that they can increase the purchasing power of all Iraqis and make the dinar the father of the dollar again. This is how they frame it. The reform of state banks, especially Raffidan and Al Rashid, was not born today. It was one of the pillars of the government's white paper for economic reform approved years ago, which clearly stipulated the restructuring of state-owned banks, addressing their corroded capital, cleaning their budgets of non-performing debts, and making them capable of lending and development instead of just serving as a salary treasury. It goes into more and more details. Your fun is they are openly acknowledging their white papers and the reforms to meet those. The stated goal of those white papers are to lift their purchasing power, of course, stable, safe money for the people, modern banking system, all those things. This also goes into what they have to change in their economy from oil, manufacturing, I mean, a ton of stuff. And they're saying, hey, they're talking about it because those white papers tell us that they're doing them to raise their purchase, to change their value. And here you have them referencing their white papers and that they did them for it. I love those because we can chart the progress. It's not some ethereal, maybe whatever. It's an absolute. Worth 16 trillion. Iraq ranks 9th in the world on the list of the richest countries in natural resources. I found this one very interesting. They take in natural resources, oil, gold, population, industry. There's a lot that goes into figuring this part out. Wealthiest nation in the world, Russia. Second, America. So 75 trillion for Russia, 45 trillion for the US, Saudi Arabia 34 trillion, Canada 33, Iran 27, China 23. These are all in US dollars. Brazil 22, Australia 20 trillion, Iraq 16 trillion, Venezuela 14 trillion. Of course, that all changes drastically with manufacturing, etc., coming up to speed in these countries. Doesn't really change for the U.S. because it's already up to speed. Changes drastically for countries like Venezuela and Iraq. Showing you they're worth a lot more. Let's see. N2 has what happens to free speech? I don't know. Ask YouTube. If you want free speech, go to Rumble. Because a lot gets moved out of YouTube. The mods are tougher in YouTube. They have to be, or we get removed. But yeah, I don't. Overbearing mods are as scary as overbearing platforms like YouTube. Just as evil. We try really hard not to have that. All right, so good stuff. Leader in reconstruction reveals results of an unannounced meeting between Soudani and Maliki. They're pushing really hard. They're trying to seek the president so they can seek the prime minister. The frameworks have made it very clear to Maliki that you guys got to work it out because Sudani is our first choice, our only choice, according to the development network. So now we've just got to get the rest to jump on. On the economic front, Al Saldwani pointed out that the conflict in Venezuela has affected the global economy and raised the prices of gold and oil, pointing out that Iraq is part of the regional surrounding. Central Bank of Iraq has sufficient cash reserves and gold balance that is second in the world. I found this one interesting because I'm trying to figure out where they're pulling their numbers. So it's second in the world, which makes it not significantly affected by these conflicts. In other words, they have hard assets, but second in the world. That is a really huge claim in this one. So how do you have, as they put it, a cash reserve and gold balance that is second, number 2 in the world, but your currency isn't worth what? Right? Clearly showing they got a lot of valuation. Dollar breaks the bone of the dinar. Late decisions open the gates of hell to the pockets of Iraqis. What are they saying? They're saying a run in dollars, meaning they are offering more dollars to buy more dinars off the street. So people are selling them because they can make more money by selling their dinar, taking their U.S. dollar. They're a little worried about what's going on in Iran. This is really good for cutting the monetary supply before revaluation. This is a similar tactic to what we saw in Kuwait. Very similar. So for me, I'm like looking at all the pieces coming together, and it's pretty clear where they're headed. We already talked about this one. The gold will be the primary hedge and performance driver in 2026, but what silver could do, buckle up, kids. Can't wait to talk to Andy on that front. We're going to hit just a couple more and then get over to ATB. Colombia and Brazil bolster armed forces at the borders, bracing for Venezuelan refugee influx. I think it's a good day to be having the folks from ATB on because this unrest and a lot of people asking me, what's that statement in the beginning, that thumbnail I used? It is very important for today, and it's very important for this story. We're going to talk about that one and some of what we're seeing. We're seeing oppression. We're seeing some scared citizens in Venezuela. I've gotten a number of updates from folks on the ground, some of them in the Caracas area, some of them in the rural areas. See if I can get you the terminology, etc. Oh, wait, it's over here. Between texts, emails, messages from other messaging services, it's getting a little tough to keep them all together. Hello, Mark. Time for a small update. Now, guys, this is coming from Venezuela, rural area. We can read many stories on the internet about unrest in Venezuela, chaos in Caracas, etc. From what I know, this is not true. Inside of Venezuela, everything is very calm right now. Most people are silent, happy, but there are no open celebrations, no chaos, no protests, nothing. Everybody's just going about their daily life. No extra police or military activities here. And, well, I better not tell you what little town because they may be able to narrow down the person. The bolivar has gone from 60 bolivar on $1 to 300 for $1 in less than a year. The inflation is high, and many things in the supermarkets are now more expensive than in Europe. That's scary when you think about what they have to spend on it. So they're paying extreme prices, but very little income. Now look at this. This is a text, a statement that the government was sending to all the cell phones. This is translated. That's why it's in this format. They were driving it home to people, at least in the Caracas and some of the larger cities. They were sending them a message. This is how it translates. Article 5, the national, state, and municipal police bodies shall immediately undertake the search and capture throughout the national territory of any person involved in the promotion or support of the armed attack by the United States of America against the territory of the Republic for the purpose of Republic. You'd actually have to have real voting. For the purpose of placing them at the disposal of the public prosecutor's office and the criminal justice system with a view to their trial with compliance with all the procedural guarantees inherent due to due process and the right to defense. So they are threatening the people, very overbearing going on in that right now. And what does that do? And I want to point that out because what we do know is that during this time, there could be some unrest, people fleeing, trying to find safety during the transition. We want everything to go great, but it might not. So we have Colombia and Brazil bolster armed forces at borders in preparation, bracing for Venezuelan refugee influx, both coming back, going away, etc. But it creates a huge opportunity for human traffickers, and that is one of the things we want to talk about with Fernando. Why get an update on operations, etc. So we're just going to touch on one or two more and get to the Maduro's own vice president, now sworn in as president, trade him to the CIA, according to many reports right now. Wall Street Journal, New York Times. I've read a number of them having that discussion. That Vice President Delcy Rodriguez is the most likely, with a number of sources saying she worked with them, with the U.S. to have him removed. Maybe it was a personal gain for power. Maybe it was just, hey, I know it's going to happen. I don't want it to be me. But then we see this response that appears to be coming from her, where they are cracking down on the citizenry. Prayers going out to the good people of Venezuela. Then an interesting one for us to unpack, think about it. Trump suggests Tim Walz assassinated Democratic lawmaker to protect Somali fraudsters. There was big money. And the people that were murdered in this one, well, they were pushing to not fund it, to end it, to get to the bottom of the fraud, and they disappeared. That's going to be a story to unpack later. I don't want to take away from the very important things we want to discuss in human trafficking. And, well, let's just bring our friends in and go from there. Where do we start, guys?
Hey, you hear me well? I know
it's
perfect. Raining a lot here, so you might hear the noise because I'm like, my roof is like what do you call it? Metal sink. Hopefully you don't hear it too much.
Wait, you got good old fashioned like tin roof?
Yeah, tin roof. There you go. Tin roof.
I love those.
Oh man. Well, thanks for having us again. Thank you guys.
One, it's always good to have you guys on here, and we appreciate the work you do.
Thank you. Thank you. Hi, Jennifer.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning. Where do we start? I mean, recent operations, the holiday season, what's going on in Venezuela, what it may mean. Some of the threats going out now that we may do operations similar in Colombia and Mexico, just against cartels, not like against political positions, but that kind of unrest. It does create a great opportunity for traffickers.
Definitely, especially right now. Like the first 3 months of 4 months or so, it's going to be very hectic within Venezuela, Colombia. Trafficking is going to go rampant. It's because there's still uncertainties there until someone actually starts governing there. If the U.S. does do what they say they're going to do and take over, then we'll probably see a change within a year or two. But like immediate, it's I need to get back as soon as possible because we were just there like a month and 2 weeks ago, or November 24th, 25th, we were there right at the border of Venezuela with Colombia, and it was eye-opening experience. We had a conversation with the head of immigration there, and he says that there's actually like over 60 illegal crossings between Venezuela and Colombia. And within those 60, there are 33 armed different groups, like armed groups, like not the same group, 33 different armed criminal organizations that they even shoot each other up. So you can imagine now with this, how they're going to come through, and maybe some of them won't be able to come through because the armed groups would, want them cut their money. They will kidnap them, rape them themselves. So it's very unstable at the moment.
Is there anything we can do to improve that situation, not improve that situation? Is it helping you guys? Is it sending clothes and food somewhere? I mean, we're all looking for this. Now we're hearing, we've been hearing for quite a while now about the amount of cocaine that comes out of Colombia. How much of that's true? How much of that have you seen? Does it facilitate the human trafficking? And same people doing both? I don't even know where to start. I got so many questions for you.
Yeah, well, normally where there's human trafficking, there's drug trafficking. it can be, I can't say the same reverse. Like if there's drug trafficking, there's human trafficking, but where there's human trafficking, there's definitely drug trafficking. And the same route, they could use the same routes. There's, yes, a lot of drugs coming out of Colombia. That has been said that even the president's helicopters and stuff are the ones that, are bringing them to where they need to go. The president there, like, can't talk too bad about it because, ATB is there and I don't want my people to.
Oh, God, no.
But he is, I haven't heard like one Colombian person that likes him, the current president. And they were just waiting for him to leave, and I think it's another 2 years that he's going to be there. Unless, of course, if Trump force him out. But as of legally, he's there for like another 2 years or so. But he's not doing a very good job. So there is a lot of drugs coming out of Colombia. And of course, you guys already know a lot of trafficking that's coming out of Colombia. While we were there at the border, the head of immigration was even saying that there's are thousands upon thousands of missing Venezuelan kids in that Cucuta area. We were in Cucuta, Colombia, which is one of the most dangerous areas in Colombia because of all the armed conflicts with FARC and ELN and stuff like that. And he said there's thousands of missing Venezuelan children within Cucuta area. Some of them are being sold. Some of them are traced to in France, children. Some children are selling their bodies for like equivalent to $2 just to survive and eat in that particular area. And mothers with the babies in the womb selling their child's organs before he was even born. So like I just need to get back there. I need to get back there. The team. When I say I mean ATB. The team needs to get back there because we need to do something. Like who's looking for these kids right now? Like how I need to be there. And Jennifer could talk too. When we were in the border helping handing out flyers, we could see a lot of their eyes are like tired. There was mothers with children by themselves, old people, and it was a humbling experience. Like it's not my first time, but I know for the American team that I brought down, it's their first time, and that's why I like, when Jennifer says her part of it, you will identify with her more because this is her first time. You know what I mean? I've been there, done that. So, but anyways, I'll let Jennifer talk and then I'll get back to another subject.
Well, I'm going to be upfront and honest with you. It's hard to really talk about it, but it needs to be done. And forgive me if I'm emotional, because that trip was one emotional trip the entire time. If I wasn't around people, I was crying the entire time. Just on the border, just talking about the border. I mean, the whole thing was very emotional, but just talking on the border, like Fernando said, you do see a lot of different people coming and going. And there were so many people coming and going that, Border Patrol would try to stop vehicles and vehicles just would not stop because there were so many people crossing. You do see them, you saw them from all ages coming through. You saw them on all ages on buses that they had. But yeah, looking when we were meeting with the immigration, and I only got a little part of it because I don't know Spanish, unfortunately. And we had one of your audience members donate some translating devices, and I just hadn't had time to learn how to use them before I got there. So I only got a little part that was someone was translating for us. And as you know, as somebody's speaking and somebody else is translating, you don't get everything unless they pause and wait for that. So the immigration guy, yeah, he locked eyes with me. And from what I was told, he had mentioned, he was talking about the children and talking about how many are going missing and how many are already being sold before they're even born. And he talked about how they need more help. And he looked, and I feel like it's because I'm an American, right? Because honestly, we're looked at different there. They look at us as the well-to-do country that should be able to help. It's kind of how I took it. And he locked eyes with me and told me how they need more help, and they are begging for ATB's help. They need body cameras. They need our assistance in being able to make a difference over there. It was very heartbreaking to see it. And when we pulled up near the border, I could feel it in my soul. Like, it felt like something was sitting on my chest. It was that heavy. And then I found out why. So that's really all I have to say on the border, because I really didn't understand a lot of it. Fernando got all the information about it, but just seeing the guy from immigration look at me and lock eyes with me and tell me that, seeing the people's faces on the buses and that we're passing, that we handed out flyers to, you could see the desperation in their faces. And it is very hard. And he talked about how they go across the border for food because the food is so scarce. And that's why the border is the prime place for them to take people in traffic where trafficking happens, because there is very little food back and forth through there. So that's really all I have on the border part. So I'll turn it back over to Fernando to finish. But as from the American side, I honestly had nightmares too when I got back to the hotel after the border. I took lots of prayer, and took me to sleep with my Bible to be able to get the nightmares to stop. Very heavy. So thank you for letting me share that part with you, because I've never experienced anything like that in my life. And by the way, just so you guys know, I didn't know we were going to the border. Fernando said we have a meeting to go to.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't tell me that it was at the border. So when I called my husband and said, guess where we went? He was like, what? So,
yeah, my apologies. It's just another day in the office for me. That's why I just don't, like, I know the danger is there, but I just don't think about it, you know. But the good side is that we went to that particular area was to reunite the victims at the event that we did. And it's the first time that I actually was a spectator and not director of operations nor president or investigator. I was just sitting there and listening to them and seeing the videos, and I was like, wow, ATB did all this. Like, I couldn't believe it, because like I always said, we're little resource, little manpower, and the lives that we changed. I mean, like I said, I don't have that privilege out, you know, being director of operations or whatever, because once a victory or rescue is done, I get another phone call that we need to do something. So there's no time to rejoice or feel relieved of a rescue, because there's another one, right, you know, that's waiting, or another one that's coming. But just sitting there and hearing these women, and 7 of them graduated the following day and went to their graduation, and
awesome.
seeing the videos and the thank yous and all that stuff, and it was like, for me, it was changing for me, because like I was just a spectator there. I was like one of the invited guests, and I just was able to enjoy the fruits of ATB labor, which normally when you're on this side, you can't, you know, enjoy it as much. So I mean, at least something good, you know, came out of it as well. the trip to Cucuta.
Yeah, and from the American side, from somebody, an American, again, going over there and being a part of that, let me tell you, it made so much difference to those young ladies, every one of them there. They were so excited that that people from America cared enough to go over there to be a part of that. So I want to make sure I thank you guys, every one of you guys, for your help and support and allowing me to go over there, because like I said, it made a difference to them. And hearing their stories, again, I don't know Spanish, so I didn't get everything that was on the board, but I got to intertwine with these young ladies on a personal level. And good old Google Translator, it works great for last minute things, right? And hearing their stories of how they got trafficked, how they got pulled in, and they just want to, everyone that I talked to, it was because they want to be able to feed their families. They want to be able to have an education and want to take care of. Some of them were teenagers and they were caught in because they wanted to take care of their families because they're that poor that they feel like they needed to help them.
That they're willing to sell their bodies to help their families. That's, I mean, people stop, break that into your heads. This is not something that most can even wrap their heads around. Young women love their family so much, feel so much pressure because of what is going on, that they're willing to sell their bodies so that they can feed their, so it's not just so that they can eat, so their family can eat. It's,
yes. Well, a lot of them weren't trying to sell their bodies either, though. A lot of them were actually presented with this fantastic opportunity. And Mark, we also we'll share some information with you guys with Project Phoenix, something that Fernando has had in the works for a long time, that to how to support some of these girls. And I kind of met some of them girls personally that's in the project that he has listed on Project Phoenix. But a lot of them are presented through Facebook. Get that, people, through Facebook. I've seen that several times on there. Okay, and other social media. But they're presented with this job opportunity. Hey, it's hotel work. If you want to come over here, we will go ahead and we'll take care of you. We'll fly you out here and you can just stay for a month. You can send money back to your family. You know, you'll be taken care of and you'll get to go back at the end of the month and you get to go and you'll have some time off with them and then you can come back and, you know, and they make it like it's this great opportunity. And a lot of these young ladies are willing to leave their families, including leave their little children and their infants and toddlers, because they figure at least I can give that my child, I can go do this and I'm away, but at least I'm feeding my children aren't starving to death. And that's how a lot of them get lured into it. They think it's just a regular job. And then once they get there, they take everything and they don't give them an option. But a lot of these young ladies are starving. One girl showed me a picture of her 3 kids. And, oh no. We will be praying for you for sure. Just so you know, please reach out to me for prayers too. Happy to, the prayer goes both ways. So we are happy to pray for you guys as well. Yeah. But no, these young ladies the one showed me a picture of her children. She had 3 children that are starving. They are so malnourished, so underweight. And she has a little sewing business that she's doing, but it's not enough to make her money to feed her kids. We gave her some money there, gave her $100, and she was like on top of the world. Like she was ready to go buy food as soon as she walked out. She hugged me for like 30 minutes and wouldn't let me go and just cried. She said she has waited years for a real good hug, a genuine, real good hug. I still have contact with a couple of those survivors, and they're telling the same thing. They're still hungry. They're still trying to find supports for their family. And a lot of them went back to prostitution, or there's a difference between prostitution and trafficking, right? But so a lot of them go back because that's the only way that they can make a living. But it's very heartbreaking to see. I still get, like I said, I still get messages, and it's heartbreaking. But again, I want to thank you guys, because you don't know how much of a difference it made to them that the Americans cared enough to come, because they think that nobody cares about them.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you guys, every one of you guys, for making that happen, because they know that you guys are all there too in spirit. So thank you.
Yeah, and Mark, and July, around July 30th, I believe I'm doing the same event, but in Dominican Republic. I wish you can come. I'm inviting you.
I'd be glad to.
Come.
Yeah, you just what's the date?
July 30th, I believe. I'll be 100% sure, like in a month or so, and we're doing it with the Attorney General's office in the Dominican Republic. They want to be part of it. Like, it's not there, it's us, and they want to be part of it. So it's like, it's awesome. So I would like you to be there.
I was gonna say I'll probably be back in the DR in May as well, the third week of May. So we'll touch base before then too.
Great.
May get spunky and do the ferry with the truck, so I have wheels and wheelchair and all the proper equipment when I'm there.
Cool. Awesome.
And of course, maybe hitting you up for a driver for it. I'm not certain I'm that brave.
I have it. I have them. I have a great driver, the best in the whole island, including Haiti and the Dominican Republic.
Now we're talking.
Another subject, another thing. As you know, ATB has been fighting Train the Agua for a while now. Again, no one knows about that in the U.S. How we helped the U.S. getting these guys off of the streets in Colombia before they got to the U.S. Now, Homeland Security had asked for a collaboration to get 3 survivors, 32-year-old, 60-year-old, and 11-year-old, from Venezuela to Cucuta to Bogota, and Bogota to New York for a prosecution case against the head of Train the Agua. So basically, they're on their way to New York. We were able to do it. We were able, even in the midst of the cows and all the military and the chaos and all the military in the border right now, we were able to get them through, and that they're on their way to New York. So we did the investigative side of Train the Agua, and I'm honored to say that ATB is helping now with the prosecution side of Train the Agua. So that's like I said, I'm very happy. I'm very proud of ATB because, like I said, this little organization is able to do big impacts, and it doesn't matter if nobody knows, because nobody does know. But I just needed your audience know at least, because again, hate to say it, but things move with money. I mean, this is how it works. You know what I mean? I couldn't get those 3 personnel from Cucuta to New York without money. You know what I mean? And so that's just the reality of it. I mean, it doesn't move. None of this happens with well wishes, with good job, words. You know, none of that. I wish I could. None of that stuff actually gets do the rescues or get victims back home. You know, none of that stuff. You know?
Yeah, we have to be able to turn the prayer into action.
Yeah, and I don't like saying it that way because it sounds probably harsh, but it's just the reality of it. You know, sharing a Facebook post, putting a like on Facebook post, none of that is getting a victim back home. None of that stuff. You know what I mean? So, but again, we still fighting, Train the Agua on their home front, so they will never get to the U.S.
So thank you guys, because all of you guys, whether you realize it or not, are really helping not only in Colombia, not only in the Dominican, but you're also making the difference here too. You don't see what we're doing here. The general population doesn't, but that's why we want to share it with you guys, because you guys have made this happen. So thank you to every single one of you guys from the original MarkZ.
Yes. Big time.
We did, and we for those that are curious, we ATB is talking with Lewis and working on some joint things. Just wanted to. They'll probably both be on together later in the month as well. I knew some people had seen 1 or 2 questions between the different platforms on that one. And again, anybody out there that knows, please put together, if you know a podcaster, influencer, somebody big and tell any of it, please reach out to Jennifer at ATB. Or, yeah, I don't know if you want yours. Let's see. I know Kukla put Jennifer's email out there a number of times in case somebody wanted to be able to reach out. What's the best way? What do you prefer, Jennifer?
It doesn't matter. You can email me directly, or you can go to the info at Anti-Trafficking Bureau, or on the form. There's a way to contact there. Yep. And you can fill out that. Either way, we'll get your information. Now, I just want to say, if you respond and I don't respond back immediately, give me a little bit, but please don't hesitate to re-email me like in a few weeks or a month and say, hey, I'm just following up, because I'm gonna be honest, I have a lot that I get through sometimes it's like a lot of emails come through, and I do it as I can go through them. So I haven't forgotten. I highlight them, I save them, I mark them, flag them. So just know that don't hesitate to reach back out to me as well. And Mark, if it's okay, I would like to say, if anybody has sent Zelle payments to Anti-Trafficking Bureau, not to me personally that I forwarded, but if you send a Zelle payment to Anti-Trafficking Bureau, would you do me a favor and please email me your name, and just, you can say Zelle at the top, and email me your name so I can make sure I get you your tax deduction receipts. Okay, because when they come in Zelle, it doesn't tell me like their contact information. It just says Zelle payment from so-and-so. So if you just send me an email, tell me your name and put Zelle at the top, then I can look back and I'll make sure to get all those tax deductible receipts for everybody.
Yeah, somebody asking if you know an Oscar Ramirez, a journalist. Not familiar with him.
But it might be somebody we could look into.
Right? That's actually a really good idea. I'm going to make some notes and see if I can. I may have more luck because it sounds like a journalist at the Colombian border. So we'll see. I may be better at getting a contact on that one.
That'd be awesome. And I just want to say real quick, if it's okay, that we also have launched the Hootlock series. Well, we've got the first book. It's been launched. It's for sale on Amazon.
Wait. Well, I'm clicking all the wrong buttons. I'm trying to find a way to. Can you email me the link real quickly, Jennifer, so I can share it?
Yes, absolutely. The Amazon link. Let's see. Give me just a second to find it. There we go. Okay, Mark, I'm going to message you right now. Do you see an email?
Yeah, email. It'll be easier for me to put it on the computer for him. Otherwise, then I got to turn around and move it again.
Here you go. Just sent it.
As soon as it pops in, guys, I am going to share that. All right. You want to go back to talking about who's got the book in their hands? There we go. We're gonna highlight it so he can show it off. We're gonna have story time with Fernando.
So he wants you to show him the book, Fernando.
Oh, wait a minute. I already had the anti-trap. No, I was trying to find the Amazon link so I could show him the book.
I sent it to you.
Yeah, it didn't come through. Let's see. All I've got is, yeah, I got no link for it. All I have is the website for Anti-Trafficking Bureau.
Really?
Yeah.
I say, you know, it happens usually like this when it's something good, you know, it doesn't want to go through, right? So let me try it one more time and I'll send it to the other one if not. Fernando, you want to show him the book? Will I send him this again?
Oh, yeah. That might be a good. I may be able to just find it real quickly while she's working on it. We'll see who wins. I was hoping for the title.
Sent.
Oh, look at that.
You know what? It didn't put the link in there. It just, oh my goodness.
That's okay. I found it.
Oh, you beat me. I'm sorry.
Hootlock and the Mystery of the Sneaky Stranger.
So get your kids started early.
I'm going to share this for folks in case order a few. Who do you suggest reading this? Is there an age bracket we're looking for? Should we be reading it to children, grandchildren, nieces, nephews?
It's for the parents or whoever to read to the children. It's for the parents to read to the children.
So it's more of a younger age.
Yes.
For the little ones.
Is it going to help educate both child and parent?
Yes. And the parents can go to the Hootlock website and get some. The kid can print a certificate that they pledge to be safe in the internet, and I'm creating a badge for them as well for the kids, so they can go to the Hootlock website, which is in the back of the book, in the front of the book as well.
We're going to have plushies eventually and all that sort of stuff. So this is just the beginning.
Cartoon and the YouTube channel. So yeah, I'm trying to mimic McGruff the Crime Dog because I know it impacted me when I was a child. So I'm trying to redo that, but with stuff that's happening now, you know.
It's somebody asking like a 3-year-old, a little older.
Yeah.
Probably, I would say I ordered one for my grandson. He's 7. So I would say 3 to maybe 8, 9.
Yeah, they're hoping that you got some books in the work for teenagers as well, which is, I could see that one.
I would do one, but teenagers don't read books nowadays. So it will have to be.
They read TikTok.
Exactly. So it will have to be something like a short story for TikTok, YouTube, or Facebook that gets to the point, you know. I would do it. I don't mind, but it's just they don't read nowadays.
That's a great idea, though. Thank you for that.
Maybe consider buying one and donating it to your local school's library, folks.
Yeah, that's the idea. The idea was to get it purchased. Donors purchase books so we can give it free to schools and community centers.
Daycares.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, if you got a child, a grandchild that goes to a daycare, goes to a certain kid's one, maybe you buy it and donate it in their name to the school or the program.
Exactly. Now, my mic went off when I was trying to answer someone that asked if I know Troy Brewer, Pastor Troy Brewer. I don't know him personally, but if you guys have the contact, I would love to converse with them, because any other nonprofit in the anti-trafficking field, if they want to collaborate with ATB, because we're the boots on the ground. I mean, we get the job done, and they will get the credit as well if they're donating to ATB. So if Troy Brewer, I would love to speak to him. There was someone who put it in the commentary.
Kat Reinhardt, absolutely BS on that one. Looking at some of the stuff in here. Yeah, it's thank you, Kukla, for helping on that front. Looking for more stuff for you, more questions. I mean, I don't even know where to go on this one. I'm still so shook up on the on Jennifer's story in the border.
Yeah, I need to get back. Look, I need you
What
guys
is
to
it?
help me get back.
That's going to be the question. What does it take? How do we put a bigger presence there to deal with them before the gangs pick them up?
We need to be there, not only like ATB physically, but we need to support the people that's already there in immigration because they're doing a great job, and they're not like bad immigration, like, oh, get back. They know that if they keep this border open and people can come in and out safely, if they close that border, they're going to use any of those other 60 illegal crossings and they might not even make it because of the gangs there.
Mm-hmm.
So
It'll be like our southern border or getting through the Darien Gap. We're going to be seeing, rape trees and all of the others. It's definitely better to put them through controlled areas where
Exactly.
monitor. It's not perfect, but it helps.
Exactly. So that's why we need to get there. Like the evil people, just they don't want to deal with me because I'm.
You're not the nice guy.
Exactly. Just get me there. That's where I need to go. Just get me there, and I'll do the rest. I mean, look into my eyes. I'm dead serious. Don't play with me. Get me there.
My husband says he is he's not a heartbreaker towards the women and children, but he's a bone breaker to any evil people. So got a big heart, but boy, don't mess with them.
Yeah, how is the best way to send dollars to you guys? Well, I mean, what's the best way to donate? Where can they get that tax break if that's what they're looking for, and the majority without fees get to you? I mean, what's the best way? Is the best way a Zelle? Is it to email Jennifer and send a check? What's the best way to help you guys get Fernando back on that border?
You could do it either way. You can go to our website and click on that donate button. There is a link, a QR code for Zelle. You can scan that, and that will go right directly that way. Again, if you do Zelle, just do me a favor. Send me a quick email or something and put Zelle just with your name so I know and that I can track that, so I make sure you get your tax deductible receipts. The other thing is you could click on that donate over there on the USA side, and where it says USA, and that will go to our CRM software, and there you can choose. So if you donate this way, I want you to please note, Mark, can you click on just the continue button there for just a moment? If you see right there in the middle of the page, it says donation, then it says help keep Zeffy free for Anti-Trafficking Bureau. And then it says optional. The optional is very light. Just so you know, if you do not want to pay a fee, we get that donate, the amount that says donation. Then if it says 15%, so it shows $229.95. If you don't want to pay that fee, you don't have to. You could click on that white button or that white box, that drop down box over there. Yep. And click other. And then just put 0 there. And that gives just your donation to Anti-Trafficking Bureau.
And it just takes out their fee?
Correct. And the fee, if you have the option to do that, that just helps keep it free. So it doesn't deduct from the donation.
What you guys get. Makes sense.
Yes. But you don't have to, you don't have to feel obligated to pay that as well. I don't know. I don't think we're set up on Apple Pay right now. That we're not. It may be something that we can check into, though. So thank you for that idea, because that's a great thought too.
Yeah, I didn't even know Apple had an Apple Donate, but I mean, it's a great idea.
Yeah. And the other thing is you can too, we have on our website, we have our address. So please feel free if you want to mail a check. We have people that mail checks as well, and that's okay too. We're happy to take those. If you get stuck, you can always give me a call or message, and I can take your payment right over the phone as well. So whatever works best for you guys, we're willing to accommodate.
Yeah, I was going to say the link's working for 99% of the people on the book. If you got a question, it may have shrunk or may have YouTube may have an issue, but I will include the link for the book over at the original MarkZ in the daily. It'll be, if you click today's video, it'll be with the links. It'll be the very first link before you get into all the news stories we covered, but that will be up. It's going to take an hour or two to get it up over at the original MarkZ.com. If for some reason it's not working, folks asking about Venmo and some other options for you, and I don't know what is there not. I mean, I know Venmo and PayPal make it very difficult when you're conservative. You got a liberal cause, they hook you right up. There are no questions. They don't shake down the people getting it, the people giving it. But if you're a conservative, they suck.
Oof.
Yep. Especially anti-trafficking stuff.
So fee or no fee, if you guys donate the extra to cover the fee, it's better for ATB. That's the short of it. But at the same time, they're willing to take less to get something to be able to help. It's all about helping as many as they can and doing what's easiest for all.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, I don't even know where to go. I see a lot of pastors that help and work with. And guys, Fernando would have no problem coming to a church to give a talk at a church. Invite them to your church. We can try to shrink it in. I don't know what time of year is best, but if we need 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and drive Fernando all over the United States from church to church to church, we'll do it.
Yes, definitely.
Buddy over here, he said he'd be glad to do it. Jennifer will jump in and ride along with it. I'll come to some of them with them. Donate address. They have that on their website. Just go to antitraffickingbureau.org. But they've got a mailing address here in the U.S. on Donate. If you just want to send a check, a money order, whatever it is you want to send.
And I see a comment, someone had asked about Cash App. We used to have a Cash App. And for some reason, out of the blue, they just said, oh, we're cutting your Cash App off because you went against our terms. Yeah,
trust me, I've gotten that way too many times. When you haven't done anything, they'll just say you went against terms. They won't say what term, how term, when you did it, what the trigger was. Just say you went against your terms. What in your terms?
And I asked.
You don't even get a response. You're just gone.
Nope.
That's your canned answer.
Was, you're done. No reason. Just we canceled you. So unfortunately, we don't have a Cash App yet. Again.
Yeah. I just read there that said churches should donate 10% of their tithes to ATB. That is being and doing what Jesus would do. I agree with you as far as that's what Jesus does, but churches are turning a blind eye on the subject of human trafficking. They don't want to. It's
an ugly conversation to have in the feel-good world of the praise band on Sunday, and all that's very important. It is. But you don't get to just put a pretty face on all the sin that's out there. You don't get to say, okay, go live life however you want. And then on Sunday, you come here for feel-good time. No, you need to know this is what we're fighting out there, and that is the sin. And it's kind of the danger of some of the modern churches and the mega churches. They not all of them. There are some that are just absolutely fantastic, chasing the word of God, helping the community. So just, I got to quit putting my foot in my mouth.
And we would love this year if anybody wants to host an event or either whether a speaking engagement to have Fernando come and speak, an education, more trainings. He can do trainings as far as on human trafficking. And when we did our training in Burnsville, the community training, that one was more about pedophiles, how to kind of identify pedophiles and making them aware of the pedophiles and grooming. And then they also talked about the human trafficking part and also did a little self-defense. They had a few extra minutes and they wanted a little self-defense training too. So he taught them how to defend themselves as well. So we will tailor the training to whatever it is that you guys are wanting, and the platform to whatever you guys are wanting to know about and learn about. So please, if you have any ideas on events, trainings, speaking engagements, whatever it is, please reach out and let us know. The more people we can get on board, the less it costs for everybody. And we don't charge anything. Everything is free. The only thing we do ask for is to help offset the expenses on getting them here, and their stay while they're here and that sort of thing. But we're not looking to make any money off of it. We're just looking to do the right thing.
And that's the important part. Anything else, you guys? I mean, we can stay for the next 2 hours if you need to. This is such an important topic.
No, I mean, any questions they might ask, there's no, I'm always transparent. I always speak. Maybe I get myself in trouble, like you said, putting foot in my mouth, but I do I just say the way I need to say things, you know what I'm saying? So any questions they have, I'll be more happy to answer.
At Wally, they do work in the States. They've done classes here, etc. Most of their work, and a lot of people don't know that a lot of the children trafficked in Central South America, the kind of go-between is to filter them kind of through either the DR. Puerto Rico gets used some as well because it's easier to get to, and then you've got domestic flights. So once you're on the island, you kind of circumvent some of the crazy out there. So the attempt is to use it not as kind of just as a transition point, but a staging point often is the DR. So it puts Fernando there a lot, from Colombia to all these different locations. It's a system, guys. They got a system of they grab from all these, and then it goes to one or two spots to go into the transportation port to either go to Europe or the U.S., to where the rich people that can afford to buy the children, the young ladies, the young men.
Yes.
Sometimes it's not about sex. Sometimes it's about quite literally slave labor.
Mm-hmm.
Often, way too often, or just period. I mean, you don't want to be trafficked for any of it, but more often than not, it's sexual.
We do law enforcement training here in the U.S. too. Fernando, in last June, trained the Unicoi County Sheriff's Department in the Trendiagua as well with human trafficking. So if you know anybody that's interested in that as well, we know it's a long process to vet to do law enforcement training. So that will take time, but please let's talk.
Yeah, I was going to say, we have a lot of law enforcement and former law enforcement in here. So, guys, if you still have great contacts at your departments, you've had time to get to know Fernando and his crew, don't hesitate. Reach out. We will, or they'll make it happen. All I can really do is facilitate, try to help in between and introduce folks.
Yeah, any connections. Like I always said, that any nonprofit needs the 3 Ds: donors, doers, and door openers. If you have a door that you can open for ATB, please do. If you can't donate, you can't do, but you may be a door opener. You might have connections, like I said, with Pastor Troy Brewer, or I saw Daystar, whatever. Just make that door open, and we'll guide you go through it. Like I said, I will, anybody, another nonprofit that will donate, they will get the credit as well. I like to go to dangerous places. I want to go into Ecuador. Right now is the most dangerous Latin American country, and it actually passed Haiti. Right now is number 4. Ecuador number 4 of the worst dangerous violent country in the world. Okay, I want to go in. Because that's just me. Why? Because right now the human trafficking and the sex trafficking is rampant there, because there's so much crisis there with the gangs and stuff, and they need someone like me in there that's a little bit crazy, know what to do, and have a heart for it. So I want in. I need you guys to get me in Ecuador as well.
I love some of these. When will training videos be available at your website? Not certain I understand that question.
No, we already like I redid the ATB training videos, so it's now available. I took it out for a while and then I redid the training videos. Now I did it to more modern now, so it's now available in the website.
Oh, so they've updated it and they are back on there.
Yes, yes. I'm going to make brilliance. Okay.
Yeah, Derek, you just see if you can line it up. That would be a great place to do a small training at an MMA gym. Be a great place to do one. A lot of those fighters, some of them come from backgrounds like that. And that's why they go, pick up fighting. I've met way too many that have been through it that find a healthier outlet.
Yeah. Definitely.
And we really see that a lot in, I don't know what you call it, in more oppressive economies. You see that a lot where people try to find somehow to deal with it, and a gym and a boxing gym can be a great way to channel that anger.
Yeah, that's why I got into it. With my domestic violence in the house, my parents, and I started Kung Fu when I was young, just for that, to transfer that energy into something positive.
It's why I've sponsored personally in my life when I've had extra money a lot of gyms, because it helps a lot of young men and women that are dealing with a lot find a healthier outlet. All right, let's start working on this one. Is there a standard phone number to call if you suspect? That really depends on your area. What's your suggestion on this one? What do we do? They see something possibly in their area. Who's best to reach out so it doesn't just get lost in a file cabinet somewhere?
It's gonna get lost. I mean, I will always say do the blue campaign. Homeland Security. Like I said, this Homeland Security is different under this administration. I have seen, and even the FBI, I have seen an uptick of them doing arrests and operations, human trafficking, not only in the U.S. but worldwide. Okay, before then, they only did human trafficking cases in the DR or Colombia if American is involved. But now I have seen that they even doing it if non-Americans are involved. So they're really doing their job under this administration. I've seen it. This is not a news thing, and I've seen it myself. So the Blue campaign or the Homeland Security phone number, I believe, is the best way to reach, because then they'll put pressure on the local law enforcement. If you call the local law enforcement, a lot of them don't give a crap. A lot of them don't understand what's human trafficking. A lot of them don't even have the training or don't care, or they say they're busy. But if you, through Homeland Security, they will put the pressure on the local law enforcement. Investigate this and let me know whatever. But again, they get so many calls, it might go through the cracks. What people don't understand is that there's so much crime happening that they can't get to everything at the same time or on time. So there's way more criminals and criminality there in law enforcement.
And also, I would like to add, because I have referred several people to calling there. So just make sure if you do call that you have as much information that you possibly can have for them. Don't just call and say, I would like to report that I see somebody that might be trafficked, and here's where I'm at. You need to give them background information. What did you see? So really perk up those senses to see, what did you see? What did you hear? And that's type of thing, because the more information, the better your response that you're going to get.
Exactly.
Absolutely, because it gives them somewhere to start with. It's less overwhelming for the law enforcement. They have a good place to start, and honestly, you're going to get a better response. They're going to be, okay, there's something to this. Here's something I can verify with it. It's going to be worth my time or my trouble because they have more to work with.
Yes.
It's way better. All right. Let's one, I appreciate the two of you, all your efforts. Appreciate you taking the time to join us today. And to recap, if you guys can open doors, put them with more, or if you can donate, we'd love to get Fernando in a number of places, or his team. It doesn't always have to be him. Sometimes it's his team in one border and he's at another. Yeah, and grow that team. Wouldn't it be lovely to have just hundreds of ATB agents out there really going after it around the world? That'd be awesome.
It won't be, to be honest with you, it won't be possible because I'm a very, how can I say, jealous person of ATB. I just don't put anybody there. I mean, I don't know if you guys just heard about.
You heard it here. Fernando has control issues.
No, Destiny Rescue. It just came on the news about a couple of weeks ago. Another nonprofit called Destiny Rescue out of Australia. They're in the DR as well, and in the US. Their agents were actually exploiting sexually the minors that they rescued. So, and then these are their rescue agents they hired. So I'm like very picky of who's going to represent ATB because I don't know. Like I said, if you don't give me your why, like, oh, okay, I understand you need money, you need to work, but also why do you want to do it? If I'm not satisfied with that why, well, I'll be by myself for years to come, and I'll just multiply myself some kind of way. I don't know, clone myself with a government clone machine or something, because I need that why. I just cannot put anybody out there and re-exploit the victim, So, but yeah, I wish that can happen. 100 ATB agents, like in like the FBI, hundreds and hundreds. But we'll see. We'll see.
Hey, can I add a couple things before
Please.
we go? I just want to, first of all, I just want to reiterate how that affected me going there. And so when I start to get down, it's a lot different now. Because I saw the whole different life. And although
changes your perspective,
we think things are tough here, we've got it pretty good here. So I think about that a lot. Think about what I saw on the streets, what I saw with the immigration, and what I've heard from the survivors. So I wanted to share that part. And there was something else, and of course I lost it. I lost my thought, and I'm so sorry.
That happens, especially for people that have never done what you're doing, being a guest on here, being on. It really is.
Thank you for your grace.
It'll give you some anxiety. Fernando's becoming old school at it now. He's been on so often.
Yeah, I'm a regular guest. Fernando Z Show.
Yeah, right. For the show.
Well, thank you guys again for having us and hearing me rant and talk Spanglish. And your audience is great. The MarkZ audience is great. Your subscribers. So again, thank you, and I'll see you guys when we do the whole thing with Lewis, Governor Lewis, future Governor Lewis.
Future Governor Lewis. I like that.
All right. So again, thank you guys. God bless, and I'll speak to you guys soon.
Take care, Jennifer. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll stay in touch. Bye, guys.
God bless. Bye-bye.
The folks from ATB out there doing, well, God's work. Doing the job that most don't want. They're much appreciated. Birthdays, Callie, who else? Sign off. I'm going to sing quickly for those that are celebrating. Sound off in chat, even if I don't call your name, so that your friends can. Wish you the best. So they tell me it's your birthday. Well, happy birthday, darling. May you live, may you love, may all your dreams come true. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. To all those celebrating, happy birthday. Enjoy it. Plan is to join you all this evening with Dr. J. Caprietta this evening. So we'll do just a quick news piece and then spend some time with Pastor Jay. I don't know how that's going to work after this week on the Tuesday evening one, but I'll get it worked out with Dr. J and get you guys an update. Look forward to seeing you. Take care.